Like multicolored threads woven through the tapestry of time, many of the Christmas traditions we hold dear, light, greenery, feasting, and gifts, began their own journeys in the midst of the ancient past. From the plains of Mesopotamia, through the dusty paths of Rome and Greece, into the starlit hills of Bethlehem, traversing the streams and forests of the Balkan lands, and finally to stand in the glow of Victorian gaslight. As they reach forward through time to meet us here, they color and weave, alter and richen, until they become our own. And when we look upon this tapestry, this panorama of time, superstition, glory and celebration, we see the universality of the human experience, this festival of renewal, the bringing of light into the darkness, life from death, this moment when before turned into after. Can you imagine Christmas without light? The twinkling lights and the warm candles, which are so much a part of this season, didn't originate with Christianity or even with the first Christmas. In ancient times, light was the source of all life. Survival itself depended on the rising of the sun every morning and the return of the sun's lengthening rays every year. Watching the sun's ascent into the sky renewed hope and inspired wonder at this inexplicable act of the heavens. Throughout history, celebration and ritual recognized and paid homage to the gift of the sun and its life-giving presence. Two Roman festivals, Saturnalia and January Calends, were both marked by feasting, merriment, and light, and each bookended December 25th. December 25th also marked the birth of another religion, Mithraism, the worship of Mithra, the Iranian god of the sun. At the time of the winter solstice, when other religions were celebrating the rebirth of the sun, Christians had no festival of their own. After some deliberation over calendars, it was decided that December 25th would be a sensible choice and a symbolic one for the celebration of the birth of Christ. Now they could celebrate the birth of their own Son, the Son of God, the Messiah. The days darkened as the solstice approached, and the night sky and shortened days were searched for some promise of light and life. The snow that fell reflected nature's illumination of stars, moon, and sun, and the quiet that emanated from the blanket of white reminded us that beneath the snow, life rests until the season of renewal.
Still
The Northern Europeans began their festival with a feast. As the winter solstice, when daylight had all but disappeared in the long northern winter, huge bonfires and torches were lit to drive away the darkness and to symbolize the warmth and return of the sun, the everlasting light. In time, Christianity came to accept all celebrations of the fire and light as sacred. As the historical tapestry weaves and grows, we find that an extraordinary range of superstitions, pagan survivals and revivals, as well as Christian celebrations, were concentrated around the 12 days of the medieval Christmas. The Yule log was believed to honor God and bring good luck to the family in the coming year. On Christmas Eve, the Yule log was borne into the house with singing and dancing. As we sit here, bathed in the warm glow of candlelight, we see in each flame not just the illumination of our homes, but the illumination of our hearts. This kindled light travels around the earth and through the centuries as each generation finds reflected in their eyes the luminescence of their own creed. The Jewish people celebrate Hanukkah the Feast of Lights. Kwanzaa candles speak of the 7 philosophies of family, community, and culture. In Sweden, Christmas starts on the morning of December 13th, St. Lucia Day, when the daughter of the house, clad in a white robe and wearing a crown of candles, wakes the rest of the family with food, drink, and a song. To the Christian church, candles symbolize the light of the world, Jesus. Advent candles are lit, invoking hope, peace, joy, and love. We place candles in our windows as if to beacon Mary and Joseph to come and rest at our hearts and in our hearts.
Night darkling, huge and still, hark something stirring in all our silent rooms. Wing beats are whispering. Stands on our threshold there, white-clad lights in her hair. Sancta Lucia, Sancta Lucia, stands on our threshold there, white-clad lights in her hair. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
As with other symbols of light around the solstice, the star represents hope for all humankind during dark times. We gaze into the night sky and ponder the enormity of the universe. We wish upon a star. We sing of twinkling stars to lull our children to sleep. But perhaps the presence of one star 2 millennia ago still leads us to the source of all light, found in that humble, straw-strewn stable.
Sing this night, for a boy is born in Bethlehem. Christ our Lord in a lowly manger lies. Bring your gifts, come and worship at his cradle. Hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. Son of Mary. See his star shining bright in the sky this Christmas night. Follow me joyfully, hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. See, he lies in his mother's tender keeping, Jesus Christ in her loving arms asleep. Shepherds poor come to worship and adore him, offer their humble gifts before the Son of Mary. See his star shining bright in the sky this Christmas night. Follow me joyfully, hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. Let us all pay a home in just the manger, sing his praise on this joyful Christmas night. Christ is born, bringing forth us of salvation. Hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. See his star shining bright in the sky this Christmas night. Follow me joyfully, hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. Hurry to Bethlehem and see the Son of Mary. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Fill the cup and drain the barrel, fa la 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 la. Through the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the flowing bow before us, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While we sing of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses, fa la 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 la. Laughing, singing, all together, fa la 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 la. Heedless of the winter weather, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
Well, Paul, it's time to start decking this hall. Did you bring everything down from the attic?
If you mean all 11 boxes, yes, I did. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with box number 12. I think you need to go back and get that for us. The Christmas custom of decorating houses and churches with branches of living plants, red, white, and black berries, and plants induced to flower in midwinter, has a long and sometimes unchristian history. Evergreens have long been symbols of continuing life. Those which bore berries were revered for their promise of fertility. At the time of the winter solstice, when the sun was at its lowest, the greens were cut and brought indoors to help the sun rise again.
On the 12th night of Christmas, my true love gave to me a box full of Christmas decorations. Box number 12, reporting for duty. Anyway, what's so special about this one?
I'm going to show you. It's this.
History says that mistletoe is the plant of peace and stamps out poison and evil spirits. But it's all love to me.
Oh my. Hand me the holly. Please.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. It's said that these leaves represent Christ's crown of thorns, and the berries, his drops of blood. And some believe it was the symbol of the burning bush, which God presented to Moses. So, let's put them over here.
Roses for Milady. They say that on Christmas Eve, some hardy folk used to spend the night outside waiting for the miraculous blooms to appear on some bushes. There's an Alsatian legend that says There's a rose that doesn't bloom in the usual rose time, but blooms and glows on Christmas Eve. It is a stalk from the bush on which Mary hung her baby's swaddling clothes during their flight to Egypt. You know, for the life of me, I don't know what cherry blossoms have to do with Christmas.
Let's listen to the Cherry Tree Carol, and you'll understand why I always have these blossoms here every year.
Joseph took Mary upon his right knee.
Oh, my dear, so lovely. Let's put them over here together. Well, the moment is here. Time to light the tree.
The Christmas tree is also woven through the time and fabric of many nations, even as early as Roman festivals. It finally made its appearance in England in 1789, bringing with it not only its promise of life, light, and togetherness, but many legends as well. One legend tells of Martin Luther, founder of a Protestant faith, around 1500. He was walking through the forest when he saw the light from 1,000,000 stars glimmering through the branches of the snowy evergreen trees. This beauty so moved him that when he arrived home, he brought a little fir tree indoors and lighted it with many candles to share the experience with his children.
Your turn to sing. On the back of the page, we have Old Christmas Tree.
One of the most beautiful legends says that when Christ was born, an olive tree, a date palm, and a pine tree stood near the manger. The olive tree gave its fruit to the Christ child, and the date tree its dates. The pine had nothing to give. Stars from above gently descended from the heavens and nestled on the pine tree's branches as an offering to the Christ child.
I'm a Johnny come lately, because gift giving's been around for 4,000 years. And I'm a Johnny come lately, or a Santa come lately, if you like. And I've only been around for 1,500 years. But I'd like to give you a little bit of light reading. Let me see if I've got the book here. Steady on. Where are we? There we are. 4,000 years. Gift giving. Oh, let me go over here by the light. Now, as you know, the turn of the year, there's always been a time for gift giving. As far back as 4,000 years, 4,000. At the festival of Zagmuk, the Mesopotamians celebrated by masquerading in the streets and exchanging gifts. But it's really the festival from Saturnalia we heard about earlier that we get this tradition. During Saturnalia and Calends, the ancient Romans gave green branches that were used as token of good wishes. Can you imagine an 8-year-old getting a green branch in the stocking today? No. Anyway, closer to home. Well, my home, that is, and in the north, the Norse god Odin was said to ride through the sky, scattering gifts down from sleeping children. And in medieval times, children received surprise presents of nuts and toys and sweets. Had a few too many of these so far this Christmas. Oh my goodness. All over the world, different countries adopted their own gift bringers, gnomes, angels, kindly witches on brooms, Russian grandmothers, different faces, different gifts, but same hearts. Anyway, I've got so many names. Santa Claus, as you call it here in Nova Scotia, Father Christmas in England, but there are so many, I've got to keep a list of all the different names. Talk about a senior moment, just awful. I can't remember my own names. Now, let me give you some of them. You won't believe this. Sire Christmas, St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, Kris Kringle. That reminds me, what do you call a deep-fried Santa? Kris Kringle! Hey, there's a tough crowd here tonight. Anyway, as I was saying, there's all sorts of names that we have. We have St. Nicholas, Old St. Nick, La Befana, Tante, Père Noël, Julius, Saint Nicolas, Weihnachtsmann, Papa Noel, Julemanden. Oh, it's tiring, all this. Julepaki. But it all started, you know, in the 4th century with Nicholas, the Bishop of Myra, who brought back to life 3 young boys who'd been killed by the local innkeeper. From that day, he took the children under his wing. That's where my fashion statement comes from. The bishop's regalia. Not too shabby, eh? Eat your heart out, Calvin Klein. And from there came my purpose, caring for the children. Know, though, that the best gift didn't come from my sack. No, not in 2,000 years ago, a tiny baby was born in a distant outpost in the Middle East. A humble birth to a poor family. The very first gift to the world. The shepherds were the first to come, summoned from fields. Some brought lambs, others only their awe and wonder. Oh my, I wish I'd been there. The Magi were wise indeed. Reading the stars, or the star to be exact, they came from Babylonia to find a king. What they found was a baby born to be a king. Did you know that in the Eastern tradition, there were 12 wise men, not 3? 3, 12. All humankind is wise to worship this child. these wise men brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold, the currency against which all material things were measured, given to the new currency against which all mankind is measured. Frankincense, used by priests in the pure worship of the Almighty. And myrrh, an expensive perfume, an oil to anoint the Holy One. Imagine standing in the door of that stable. Yes, I wish I'd been there. I guess that gift was ours all along. Got to go. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Santa.
Why Noel, to the month.
Here we come a-wassailing among the leaves of green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be
Good host and gracious hostess, assembled guests, I raise my glass to you now, has been done since the Middle Ages. We see this old year out, and a new year coming in. In times past, revelers celebrated for all the 12 days of Christmas, and even the fruit trees were wassailed to ensure a good harvest. But now, I toast to our friendship and your good health. So I beg your attendance to this ancient solstice toast. We ask a blessing on this house. This happy eve of solstice time, we sing and dance and make carouse to celebrate deep winter's climb. For the pine is here and mistletoe, the holly and its berries bloom. We dance a carol, round we go, the ivy winds around the room. With wine and cake we make a toast and bring a blessing to our hosts, to you. Welcome, my friends, and invite you to stay afterwards to enjoy a feast prepared especially for you. Don't forget, whoever finds the coin in the plum pudding is declared monarch of the solstice, lord of misrule. But I promise on this cup of wassail that contrary to tradition, we won't sacrifice you at the end of the night. Well, it better not be you that finds it then. Not be good. Now bring on the boar's head. What? Where's, oh my goodness. The boar's head has been the traditional centerpiece of every nobleman's Christmas table since medieval times. No Christmas was complete without it. It was always paraded in with pomp and circumstance. So I say again, bring on the boar's head. and we will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a bowl of Christmas smoking Bishop Bob. Thus said the newly reformed Ebenezer Scrooge to his clerk, Bob Cratchit. Smoking Bishop, you say? It's more than likely you have had a cup of smoking Bishop, otherwise known as a mulled wine after that afternoon of snowman building, sleigh bell ringing, or just walking in that winterland called winter. Cheers. I wish there was something in it. Another toast. Here's to the pudding. May she blaze long and bright, for it's life everlasting that we see in her light. Oh, I forgot. And the mincemeat pie. It's bad luck not to have mincemeat pie.
To eggnog,
Turkey.
fruitcake, cranberry sauce, chestnuts. You know. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your. What's wrong with you?
You only do bells. Oh, come on, enjoy. Sorry.
So, as you can see, our cherished Christmas traditions began in the dusty past and traveled through the millennia, living, growing, celebrating. For us, one moment changed all, graced all, illuminated all. This was the moment when before turned into after, and the future's uninvented timekeepers presented arms. This was the moment when nothing happened, only dull peace sprawled boringly over the earth. This was the moment when even energetic Romans could find nothing better to do than count heads in remote provinces. This was the moment when a few farm workers and 3 members of an obscure Persian sect walked haphazard by starlight straight into the kingdom of heaven. Can you imagine Christmas without light?
Thank you very much. Good choir. Well, choir. The singers.
The choir director. Woo! Santa. Marseille, come here. Marseille, come here. Quick, quick. He does it all.
So, I'm afraid the boar got away. Shoot. Come back again. Look. There is no peace.
It's all right.
You'll remember that somebody asked. Who was it? Where is he? That race guy. Yes, he'll be back.
Yes.
So, happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Yay.